That should be enough for now. So I'm working on the first couple of rays here, and the first one we've got to round it all the way over down to the baseline there, so that can be a little tricky, but otherwise it's just a matter of deepening the V-chisel cuts and then rounding it over. I'm using a number 4 here, which seems to work well for the size. Adjusting this starting lobe here to what I think it should look like. Sometimes can be fun. So the next thing to do would be to do this next ray here, but you really can't do that until you lower the grooves and round over this one. And then once you get this one rounded over, that exposes this one here. And then this, we'll do some more filming when we get to that, but this then has to be lowered down below these two rounded ones. So now I'm starting to round this one over, and I've got it pretty deep, and I make it deeper as I go along here. Occasionally you get fuzzies on this side, so I'll take a straight chisel and just peel them off. I like this wall on the next one to be straight up and down. So continuing, this is my 4, half-inch 4 here, and you can see for the most part it fits this particular one pretty well. And the important thing in carving this thing is to just watch the grain. So we know going on this side here, we're going to be going downhill. When they get the squiggly, like these, they change quite a bit, but for the most part they're pretty straight. One side's up and one side's down. Then when it gets narrower, I change the size of my 4. This is a 3/8, so I can get in here with the 3/8 and round it over. And if it's real narrow, then I got a 1/4 inch. Number 4 here for rounding things over. So then, to get the other side, we have to go in this direction, and if I go over there, I'll probably block the camera, but you get the idea. So I've got to stand where the camera is to round over this side. Eventually they'll meet in the middle and we'll have a nice round crest. So now I've got these two rounded over, so I just started on the middle here. So we have a number 7, and you can see I've started to hollow it out, but the goal here is that these are inside of, just right inside of the rounded over ones. So you know you have it's in and it's below, so this all needs to be carved down. And it's going the other way. Though I wasn't set up for carving that direction here, but it goes okay this direction here. And you can see by making it hollow or concave, it raises these corners here, and then when we're done, when we have this properly lowered, then we're going to carve them over at a 45-degree angle. We'll do that in a little bit, but first we got to get it the right depth. So it wants to go that way. I don't know about down here. Yep. So I'll carve on that a little bit and then we'll start again. Well, I turned the camera around now so you can see what I mean by lowering the cove one, since the grain wants to go this way. And I'm using a 7. And I have 3 different sizes of 7s. Also have 8s and 9s. But you can see how putting a cove on this creates these 2 edges. And of course they're pretty fragile, particularly when we get to the ones that are straight up and down. They just like to crumble and come off. But you start to see how it needs to get down lower, particularly on this side.
We hear this so often in music by Haydn, a great balance between the serious and the goofy. That's the piano trio number 37 of Music Haydn, from a concert at the Music at Menlo Festival in Menlo Park, California. Gilbert King, actual human being. I'm going to go.
Hey, it's starting to get down to the right depth there.
They've been around in the late 1700s. Joseph Haydn had an affectionate nickname. It was called Papa Haydn. He was considered the father of the symphony.
Now it's getting to be about right in here. Maybe a little lower. Getting close. This needs to be lowered here, so now I've got to turn around again and go that direction. Oh, and I didn't do down here.
That lasted more than a decade. That was the father. And Haydn treated the boy very much as a son, taught him music, even took him into his own house for several years.
Put a little light on the subject here. So now that we have it as low as we want it, could be even maybe a little lower in there, but these edges that are made are practically straight up and down, and they have to be carved over to a 45. So they're not flat, and you need to do it very carefully. But if you notice, you've got to flatten them to where there's no edge left at the bottom of the V. So I'm using a small flat chisel here, just, and when you do the ones that are end grain, it's just absolutely ridiculous how fragile these things are. But hopefully you can see on we're starting to get it correct on that edge. And then on this side we have to go that way. So you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing from that camera angle if I did the other side. But you get some idea of what this side looks like. So that's about it. I got over here and did this one on this side going this direction. This, of course, was done in this direction. And this could be a little bit cleaner down here. So the next one to do would be that, which is an innie one, but we don't do those. We have to do this round over one first. And so it just keeps going like that all the way around. So I'll show you some of the tougher ones are those that are straight up and down here. Those are absolutely miserable because it's all end grain. But we'll work on these and then do a little filming later.